Hello. What's going on? Hi, Jack, everybody. Welcome. Hope y'all are having a good day today. What is it called? So, I was supposed to play Peak tonight. That was the original plan. But there was some last minute issues that prevented the collab from happening. So hopefully next week. I had to postpone it. I'm hoping we can make it work next weekend. Problem is, I didn't really plan anything for tonight, you know? I thought Peak was happening, so I didn't have another plan. And I've been sitting here for like the last 2 hours, just trying to figure out what the fuck I was gonna do tonight. I've been wanting to start Elden Ring, but I need to do some more research on like how to play the game, like not a walkthrough. Like I don't want to like be guided through everything, but like how to play the fucking game. You know what I mean? And all the videos I found where it's supposed to be like, oh, beginner tips, is always like, remember, be careful when you build your character. For more info, go to our website and use our character builder. And remember, you want to make sure you're going the right way. So if you're worried you're going the wrong way, go to our website and look at our walkthrough. And I'm like, oh my fucking God, dude, just tell me what I need to know to play the game. Why is that so difficult? Fucking YouTubers, dude, am I right? Dude, I'm so worried I'm gonna pull a Jer. I've been doing this hunt on my own for a while now. Like I got, like, we started this as a shiny race. Shy and Jake both got theirs. Me and Jared tried to do it one night, just the two of us. And he ended up at the very end of the night phased on an Amoongus. And since then, like, I've just been kind of doing it on my own time. Like, I don't even know what my count is. I'm somewhere over 4K at this point. Because I stopped counting at 2600. So I'm over 4K on this hunt now. Because it's been like at least a month since I stopped counting. Hey, what's going on, gamer? But every time I run into an Amoongus, or whatever the fuck it's called, the stupid mushroom thing, I'm always worried I'm gonna pull a Jer and phase, because that's what he did, and I don't want to do that. Hi Mika, how is Mika? But yeah, I didn't know what to do tonight, and I honestly was almost like, fuck it, I'm just not gonna stream tonight. But then I thought about it and I was like, that would be really dumb, because if I don't stream, I'm literally just going to sit here and do venipede checks all night while I watch like anime or something. So I might as well just do the venipede on stream. What up, derpy boy? Gamer, what the actual fuck? You've gotten like what, 37 DA shinies in the last 2 weeks? But yeah, I'm easily over 4K on this hunt yet again. Me and my long ass fucking hunts, right, chat? I mean, I guess I could just do this. Oh, and I can't do it on the phone. Oh, well. We'll just leave it there. We'll leave it like that. That's the last time I counted. Mika, SAO or Fantasy Star? One of those two tonight, or... Hey, what's going on, Tyrion? How you doing? 14 in 5 days. Dear God, gamer. Your luck is absolutely broken right now. SAO? Nice, Mika. I just want this hunt to be over with. And then, let me see, is this still right? Nope, that's not the right one. Is that it? 84. I have 84 shinies left to go, unless I'm miscounting. But I want to say it's 84. I might have missed one in there. I might not have hit it for the last one. You know what I think? I don't think I counted Electrike. I think I'm at 83. Been playing Let's Go Pikachu. I'm in Fuchsia City. I was getting annoyed because he kept getting stopped by a ton of trainers. Well, the thing is, Derpy, the only way to get XP and level up is to do all those trainer battles. That's why there's so many of them. It's either that or just catch the same Pokemon 5,000 times. So trying to level up in that game is a pain in the ass. Yeah, gamer, your luck has been just stupid lately. It's kind of annoying me, if I'm being honest. I'm over here like getting a shiny a month, and you're like, oh, look at me. I got 6 legends in the last 5 days. Like, I've been working on Venipede now for what, 2 months? I think it's been 2 months since we did the Venipede race on Shenanigans Night. You may not mention that, gamer. You may not. I was debating, I was thinking about if I was gonna do Pokemon tonight. 21 was your longest out of 5 legends. Dear God. Cartana and Coco, we can both under 10. Holy fuck, Jack. What is with everybody's DA luck being so cracked lately? But yeah, I was thinking about like maybe doing Scalfa hunting and Legends Arceus or doing DAs, but I didn't really feel like doing either of those. Hey, what's going on, Caro? Good to see ya. So yeah, I don't know. It didn't. I don't know. For whatever reason, I wasn't feeling the DAs or Shalfa hunting. Jack, nobody's happy for you, bro. Nobody is happy for you. Cartana, shortest was Kyurem. Jeez, gamer. Y'all are nuts with these. Finish discussing Dragon Con plans, best friend. Let's send them out the way now. Hell yeah, Caro, let's go. So I gotta see my schedule coming up for basically the rest of the year outside of streaming is going to be really busy. I'm gonna be really busy the next few months. Cartana 70, Dialga 21, Pheromosa 15. Dude, 73 being your longest really makes me hate you. I've gone over 500 DAs for a legend twice. Tapu, Coco, or no. Coco, I want to say, was 464. Coco was right around 500. And Palkia was like 700. 500 plus for Alatia. It took you 9 months to get. See, Jack, that's more like it. I mean, Caro, it would probably be a good idea. But yeah, starting next week, I've got baseball. I'm coaching Little League again this fall. Because the other thing about Florida, since the weather's so good, we have fall league baseball as well. So I've got Llama signed up again with the rec league, and I'm going to be coaching. So like next Thursday, we have tryouts. And then I'm going to have practice twice a week with games on Saturday mornings, early afternoons, coming up here. It'll be just practices, obviously, for the first like month or so, and then games on Saturdays after that. But practice is probably going to be like 6 to 8. I might, no, I might try to do 5 to 7, but I know last year or in the spring when I was coaching, even 6 o'clock was really hard for a lot of the kids to make it to. Like a lot of kids showed up at like 6:30 for the 6 o'clock practice. So I make it 5 o'clock. Ain't nobody showing up to that, you know? But yeah, so I'm gonna have practice twice a week from 6 to 8. And obviously if I'm getting home, you know, at 8:30, that kind of puts a wrench in the plans of starting stream around 7:30 like I've been doing, right? So the plan on that is gonna be nights I have practice, unless I get home really late, because like the spring team was like insane. They never wanted practice to end. It was so weird. Like when I was a kid, we couldn't wait for practice to end. Practice ended, we would run home. Make your special nighttime drink. Enjoy your coffee, gamer. But these kids in the spring, like, it would be like 8:30, and I'd be like, guys, like, we gotta go. Like, I have shit to do. Y'all need to pack it up. Like, they did not want to stop practicing, which was good. Like, I allowed it, and I went along with it, and I gave them that extra time because, like, you know, you got kids that are actually willing to be outdoors and put effort in on something and trying to get better. And, you know, I always stayed late for those kids that wanted that extra time. And so we'll see how the team is for the fall team, if there's still that kind of mindset of like, I still want to play, I still want to play. The different thing is like, you know, the spring team, you know, is towards the end of school, whereas this is going to be beginning of the school year. And so it might be a little different. The parents are probably going to be like, my kid needs to get the fuck home. They have homework to do and they have school tomorrow. So I'm hoping we can get, you know, the practices done. I know last fall when I was assistant coach for Llama's team, trying to remember what days we practiced. I think it was Monday and Wednesday, I think, or something like that. But the way the league works is you have one day of field and one day of batting cages. And so last fall with Llama's team, the batting cage days always ended early. Like we were due to go until 8, and we'd always get done like 7:15, 7:30. Yeah, Meta, change of plans. The Peak collab fell through last minute. And so I'm just kind of hanging out doing a chill stream tonight. I didn't really know what else to do. I'll figure something new out for tomorrow. But yeah, so like last fall, like the coach would just, we had 3 coaches, the head coach and then me and another assistant. And the 3 of us were almost always there for every practice. And so we would get through the kids really fast. Like, and so we'd be done with batting practice after like an hour. And we'd all just go home then. So I'm kind of hoping we can get back to that this fall. Just get in, get our swings, and get out kind of deal. Make it a little bit easier, you know? And then I can get home in time to actually do something I want to do. So the plan is going to be... what's it called? Arcade Outdoor Games Place near me has batting cage where they're always broken whenever you go. That sucks, Caro. Don't you hate how it's like shit you want to do is always fucking broken? But the plan going forward is going to be normal nights where like I'm home and I don't have other shit going on. I'm probably going to be doing different stuff. Like we're going to get into Claire Expedition 33 soon, Elden Ring, some other games like that. So the normal stream nights are going to be kind of the variety games like I've been doing. And then those nights where like I have practice and I'm getting home late, or I'm getting home like 8:30. I'll take those nights and we'll do some shiny hunting and have those be Pokemon streams. So I got that coming up. And then also in about a month, hunting season begins. I get a month from September 13th where turkey and deer are on the menu. And so I'm probably gonna be taking some time on the weekends, staying at the ranch, doing some hunting. And then it's like November 1st through like January. The deer season kicks in fully. You're just gonna continue on your file. Why are you just gonna continue on the file instead of doing the 100% run? You made it this far, you're not gonna finish it, or you're just not working on it tonight? So yeah, depending on how much luck I have, if I actually get what I'm looking for, I'll be spending a lot of weekends up at the ranch outside of baseball. So it's going to be kind of one of those things where it's going to be like, if I have a game Saturday, I'm going to go up to the ranch after the game, do some turkey hunting in the afternoon, wake up stay the night, wake up Sunday morning, do some deer hunting, come home. So there's gonna be a lot of no Saturday streams coming up. And then even like the next 2 weeks, I've got a lot going on. Like this weekend, I'll be home at night, but I'm gonna be home late. Like Saturday, I'm not gonna be home until like 7. Sunday, I'm not gonna be home until like 6. So I won't be having any early streams this weekend. And then next weekend, I'm going to Daytona with a friend. So I'll be gone Saturday night. I'll be here Friday night and Sunday night. But again, Sunday will be a late stream because by the time I get home. So yeah, just like really busy the next couple of months. And then I'm gonna have at least one work trip coming up. I'm gonna have to go back to Memphis sometime towards the end of the year or beginning of next year for a week when we go live on this project. To go in and like train them on how to use the system and make sure it's all set up right. And then I'm honestly probably gonna end up having to go to Mexico as well for that. So just a lot of busy stuff. Gamer, there's gonna be some nights where our stream isn't gonna start until like 8:30, 9 o'clock. So those nights are gonna be kind of like last minute decisions when I get home. I'll see how tired I am and whatnot, but the general plan going into it is those nights where I get home late, I'm just gonna do short streams. I'll jump on from like 9 to 11 and just hang out for a bit. Yeah, it'll be pretty late for you, gamer. The good news is that's only gonna be 2 days a week. Mostly see the Monarch. That's right, Kara. You mentioned the Monarchs before. I won't be going anywhere fun in Mexico. I can tell you that. You're going to do an actual 100% playthrough later? Alright. No, you're good, Kara. You're good. But yeah, I won't be doing anything interesting in Mexico. Hey, what's going on, Boba King? How you doing? But yeah, just busy times for Arthur coming up. Might as well clear the 100% your main file. I mean, you might as well. It's your main file. Why would you do it on a separate file? I'm debating, I shouldn't say debating. I'm trying to figure out, I'm going to go back to Resident Evil at some point. Because Village and Biohazard both have DLCs available for them. And on top of that, there's like, I unlocked like the hard mode and stuff. So I eventually want to go back and replay Village and Biohazard on hard mode, as well as do the DLCs for those. I don't know when I'll get around to that, but I'll eventually go back to those. You do any Veltal DAs? Did you get Bacon Bird to start your first Nuzlocke? Nice, Bulba. I love the Bacon Bird. I got that one a while ago. I've been redoing it though, on my second account, because there's a lot of mons that end up in the Veltal path that I still need shinies of. And so every now and then I'll go back and do some Veltals just to see if I get lucky and phase on something I need. I was actually really considering doing a Veltal DAs tonight. Like, I almost did that instead. But it's gonna be a crazy couple of months for me. I'm gonna be way busier than I'd like to be. That is not the Pokemon I wanted to encounter. You need the shiny bacon bird. Dude, I love the shiny bacon bird. It is such a good shiny with the red and white. Such a good shiny. Way better a shiny than this brown bug, you know? Much better shiny. Nope. Oh, this little brown bug has pissed me off quite a bit. I just really want to finish this hunt. I'm also kind of annoyed with myself that I stopped using the counter. I always like seeing where I get something at. And not having the counter working is kind of annoying me. I'm like tempted to set up the counter just to like have it. Like, where does it say now? Like, maybe just put it up to like 3K and start doing it and start the counter back up and just take it from 3K. Dinner, not quite sure yet. We need to eat before taking cough meds. Yeah, dinner is an important thing, Caro. Dinner is very important. But it was well, work today was slow, but I worked from home today because I had some stuff to do. I had to take Llama and get him set up enrolled for high school. And so I had to do that this afternoon. And I don't like that. Hey, what's going on, Ren? That was like a very like bittersweet moment doing that today. Like, it's like awesome that he's made it that far and everything else, but at the same time as a parent it's like you need to stop growing up. Yeah, I had to enroll my son in high school today, Ren. It was a sad moment. Hey, Poke Nerd, what's going on? Exactly, Meta. It had I remember seeing the name. Didn't you change your name from something else, or am I thinking of somebody else? But doing good, nerd. Doing good. Been busy as hell lately. How you been? You're thinking of someone else, gotcha. And then it's just been a while. I was gonna say I recognize the name, but you're about to fight the student advisor tomorrow. Damn, Ren. I talk to you because I have too fucking much. Thank you. Yeah, now that you've used it all up, you're gonna give it to me, right, gamer? That's how that works. Come on. Where? Yeah, I've been working on this venipede. I started this venipede hunt like 2 months ago. And I've been working on it like... It started off as a collab race that I lost. And I just been kind of working on it on my own time. As like my own little offline hunt since then. But no luck. Pop up. Yes, it did, gamer. Yes, it did. Didn't send the resident for your enrollment advice. Oh, damn. Yeah, that's a big whoopsie. That is a big whoopsie there, Ren. Yeah, that's why it's a big whoopsie. Well, I mean, big, major. I mean, either way, it's definitely a fucky wucky. You know? It's a fucky wucky for sure. So it's what I had to have like I'm trying to figure out how to motivate Llama more. Not maybe not more. Trying to have the right way to do it or word it. And earlier because of an open house, she didn't give us the form. Jeez. Admin people be fucking up. But I'm trying to figure out how to like motivate him the proper way, you know, because like I'm not one of those parents that's like, you have to go to college. It's college or nothing. Like if you graduate high school and you don't go to college, I'm kicking you out of the house. Like I'm not that parent. You know what I mean? Like college isn't for everyone, and you don't need college to get a good job. You need to do something, right? You can't just walk down the world with a high school diploma and expect to have a good life anymore. Like that's not a thing. But you can learn a trade, or you can go to the military, you can go to college. There's options. You know what I mean? You can do something other than traditional college. There's other options out there. Bad at anything related outside of the high school itself. Jeez. But that's like a pretty, like I said, that's a pretty big fuck up on that. Like that's something you need to like make sure is right going into the school year. But yeah, so like I'm one of those parents. It's like whatever you do, just do something, right? Have a plan. Don't just get your high school diploma and think it's all gonna be sunshine and rainbows after that. Like you gotta have a plan for what comes next. But it's also one of those situations where it's like we've had that conversation because he's talked to me about like not really being interested in like a traditional college and not really wanting to go to college and not do that route. And like, you know, I said 100% I'm okay with it as long as there's another plan, right? Go to a trade school, learn how to be a welder, an electrician, or whatever, you know. Find something else you can do, right? Do some work with your hands. Find a service that's going to be needed for the foreseeable future and go do that. I'm perfectly fine with that plan, but have a plan. But I also know shit changes, right? Especially with teenagers. And just because right now as an incoming freshman, he's saying that traditional college isn't his preference, that doesn't mean that by the time he graduates in 4.5 years, that it won't be his preference then, right? And so I'm trying to figure out how to like get him to care enough about his grades now that he doesn't fuck himself over if he does decide later on that he in college is the plan, right? And so I was like trying to like figure out like how to really make him understand like you still need to care. Like you still need to go in and do the right thing, get the grades, and get through high school with the mindset that you're going to go to a good college regardless of what you end up actually doing, right? Get those good habits of, you know, studying and getting your work done. Like have all that now. Have that be the thing. Maintain that. And then you do whatever you want after high school. We'll figure it out, you know? And so I was like, you know, giving him like the concept of like, it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. And I was trying to explain it to him, and he was kind of like, I wouldn't say he didn't understand what I was saying, but he didn't like fully grasp what I was getting at either with it as it related to school. And so I was like, okay, you know how like I've always got my Glock with me? Like it's always somewhere nearby. And he's like, yeah. I'm like, right. Because I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Like, I didn't buy it hoping one day that I was going to need it and to be able to use it. That wasn't the goal. You know, I don't have it on me because I'm hoping one day that I'll have the chance. No. I honestly hope I never have to use it. That would be ideal. If I go my whole life without using it outside of a shooting range, that is a success. That is the goal, right? But if I'm ever in a situation where I need it, I have it. I was like, for you, going into high school, your gun is your grades. Because at the end of the day, you're better off getting through high school with a really good GPA and being very successful as a student and not needing those grades than to get to senior year, have your grades be shit, and then all of a sudden you realize, oh fuck, I need my grades. Right? So whether you're going to use them or not, you should have them. And then if you change your mind later about what you're going to do and you decide to go to college, you've got the grades for it. You can get into a good school. You don't got to fuck around. So he kind of understood it then. You know? But yeah, it took a little bit of like prodding him, like, come on, dude. Like, you got to do what you got to do for now. I'm also trying to bribe him to get good grades. I've like told him I'll pay him for every A he gets. Which I think is a good investment in my own future in that way, you know? But I'll say I've definitely like... I'm trying to figure... don't sacrifice mental health for greater grades either. Well, I mean, and that's the thing, right? You have to have balance, right? You know, I knew kids when I was in high school who, like, were straight A students, but they had no life. You know what I mean? All they did was study and study and study and get good grades. And, yeah, like, they got good grades and all, but now they're all socially retarded and don't know how to talk to people because they never socialized. Used to pay you for school and get upset at what I spent your money on. Oh God, Squid. Yeah, no, his money, he does what he wants with it. That's always been my thing. I'll always be like, you sure you want to spend it on that? You don't want to save it for something else that you might come across. All right, that's what you want to spend your money on. You know, but like, you know, for my generation growing up, like, it was really stupid, right? So, you had, my parents were very typical in that everything was college. You have to go to college. You have to go to college. You have to go to college. But nobody could tell me why, right? Nobody could explain to me how college mattered. Nobody could explain to me the difference college would make. Nobody explained to me how college worked and different majors and everything. I didn't have nobody in my family had gone to college. None of my friends' parents had gone to college. I grew up in a very blue collar community where everybody was like a tradesman and shit like that. God damn it, Ren. Doesn't really study, gets good grades, and still doesn't have much of a social life. That was me, Ren. Or yeah, that was me. But you know, that was my parents. It was like everybody was in a trade. You know what I mean? Like my dad was a plumber, my mom worked in a bank. You know, all my friends' parents that were kind of in the same boat. I didn't have people around me with college degrees that could explain to me what college was, what it was like, what I would do there, why it would matter, you know, why different majors matter. Nobody could explain any of that shit to me. And so college never made a lot of sense to me when I was younger. And so, like, I tried to go when I graduated high school because that's what I was told I had to do. And I ended up failing out of college because I shouldn't say failing out. That's the wrong word. I dropped out. Like, I quit going to class and shit and ended up just leaving. I didn't get what I was doing. Like, as far as, like, not the classwork, but just being in college. I didn't understand why I was there. I didn't get what I was doing and why it mattered. And so I didn't have any motivation to succeed, right? Now, that's kind of how my brain works. You can't just tell me to do something and expect me to do it a month before dropping out. Ugh, that sounds like me, Squid. Although I think I made it 2 months. But like, before I can do something, before I can be motivated to complete it, I need to understand the mission. I need to know what we're doing and why, even if it's bullshit. I need something so that my brain can go, okay, that makes sense. Or like, all right, that doesn't really make sense, but I get what you're saying. Like, I need something. Right, Meta? Exactly. Like, and nobody could explain it to me other than, you have to do it. You have to do it. And I'm like, why? Nobody else in the family has done it, and they're all doing fine. Why should I do it? Hey, what's going on, Matthew? Dropped out the first year funny as he did typically act high and mighty sometimes. Oh God, Ren. And so like, yeah, I ended up dropping out and just did other shit after that. And like, I tried to do some other stuff. I tried to go back to college a couple of times. Because I felt like I should, but I never really was doing it because I wanted to. I was doing it because I felt like I should. Violet for the rare mark. Nice, Matthew. I'm hating my life with this venipede. I've been working on this hunt off and on for over 2 months now. Oh, cub shoot. Nice. Took college, never really studied, but yeah. So, I mean, I eventually did go to college, right? After I got out of the army, college made sense. I had a mission, right? But even then, it wasn't like the right mission. Been up since 4. Oh, that's gross, Matthew. Ren, I don't have a counter because I stopped counting. I stopped counting a long time ago. Like 2634 was the last time I counted. I'm around 4,000 now. And so I just don't have the counter up because it's not accurate. So I just didn't bother to set it up for stream. But yeah, like when I went back to school, it was because I just got out of the army. I had my GI Bill and I was getting paid $2,000 a month to go to school. As long as I was enrolled full time, I got my military housing allowance still. And I'm not worried about that, Jack. I've never been worried about that. Like the extra 3 seconds isn't that big a deal to me. But yeah, I ran well over odds. But yeah, so when I got out of the army, I used my GI Bill and went to school because as long as I was going to school, I didn't need to have a job. And for me, as much as I hated school, I hated having a job more. And I needed a break from having a job. And so I just went back to school so that I didn't have to work. So I had the motivation to be successful and do what I had to do and finish. But even then, like, I didn't have a plan. Like, I went back, I got my associates, transferred, I got my bachelor's, majored in business. But like, I graduated with zero idea or understanding of what exactly a business degree was going to do for me. And so like, that was another problem with it. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't until I graduated that I actually started to understand that world. Because again, I grew up in a very blue collar, you know, tradesman world. And so like, I didn't have anybody around me. I didn't have that experience. I didn't have anybody to, you know, really guide me in that. And so it wasn't until I graduated and I started looking for jobs and working places and seeing what other jobs people were doing and what they had, you know, what their qualifications were to get that job and stuff. But then I was like, oh, okay, I get it now. I should have majored in something else, you know. But like, I didn't even know a lot of these jobs that existed until I started getting like into corporate jobs, you know, because up until I finished school, you know, the jobs I applied for were all like customer service, retail, food service, right? They were low-level jobs. And so I didn't really have any understanding of tech jobs and, you know, engineering jobs and different things like that and the other skills that could go into high-paying jobs and everything else in a corporation. I didn't have any understanding of it. So at least now, like, Llama's got me to be like, hey, here's the situation. And so, like, and then he's got my father-in-law as well, so, looking at a new junior leader of the zoo. Hell yeah, Kermit, let's go. Congratulations, buddy. Very nice. And so like there's all that. And I've also like, as I've gotten older, I've come to the realization that like I'm not the type of person that's meant to sit at a cubicle. All right, I don't do well just sitting at a desk. I like being active when I'm working. I like working with my hands. Like realistically, if I had somebody to guide me when I was younger, I would have done something in engineering. You know, I would have done like computer engineering or something like that, and been in a job where I was like building stuff or like designing things, but working with my hands and being active. Or even if I didn't go like, but realistically, now that like I'm older and I look back at my life, I would have been so much happier in my life and as an adult if I had gone to trade school. You know, if I had learned, you know, if I had followed my dad's footsteps to become a plumber, or learned how to be an electrical engineer, or, you know, learn how to be an auto mechanic, I would have been so much happier in life doing jobs like that. And like those types, you know, the trade jobs like that, if you do it right and you get the right training and the right skill set, you can make a lot of money in those jobs. And like, look at my life now, I would have made more money throughout my life, and I'd be way happier and in such a better position right now versus having a business degree. And like, I get where my parents came from. Like, they wanted better for me, was their thinking. And I can't fault them for that. Like, as a parent, that should be the goal. You should want better for your kids, you know? But the thing that they never really understood was, like, I didn't want better. You know what I mean? Like, that wasn't my thing. You just animal autism and got you here. Hey, whatever gets you to the goal. You know what I mean? However you got there. It's irrelevant. You're there now and you're kicking ass, and that's what's important. But yeah, like my parents just never understood. I didn't want better. Like, you know, my dad didn't want me to be a plumber. And like he said that very early in my life, because I used to go on like jobs with him on the weekends and stuff and help him out sometimes. Just get like some spending money. You know, I'd go and help him on a job with, and he'd, you know, throw me $20 for doing, you know, some little work, helping him, you know, pick up and, you know, handing him tools and just kind of being an assistant. He'd hand me, you know, $10-20 depending on when. Crumble the garage. Hey, what's going on, Poker Princess? Hey, Poker Princess. The alert didn't work again. The alerts weren't working last night either. What the fuck? Why is it doing that? Sound alerts browser source is offline. There we go. Now we got it to work. Very cool. Thank you very much for the 15 months, Poker Princess. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Absolute fucking legend over here. Poker Princess is the best. Y'all know that? Your name would be different if you did want you to be a plumber. Okay. I mean, I don't know about the name thing, but I kind of like you, I guess. Poke, you're awesome. It could be Mario. That would be cool. I mean, I was raised in an Italian household, so it would make sense. But yeah, like, you know, I showed a lot of interest in what he did, and he made it very clear, like, he didn't want me doing that. And like, poppy soda? What's poppy soda? Like, I get it, because, like, you know, he was older, like, I mean, he was in his 50s when I was in middle school, right? He was, the age gap between me and my adopted dad was way more than the age gap between me and Llama, so when he was coming up and doing plumbing, he was dealing with, like, a lot of, like, the older stuff, like asbestos pipes and all this other crazy shit. And so he didn't want me like around all that stuff. You know what I mean? Nowadays, probiotic soda that's healthy. Interesting. Gotta get food figured out, then get Mario Kart World on. Hell yeah, Poke. Let's go. Sounds like a fun night. So yeah, like he kind of pushed me out of doing that, out of going the trade route and into the college route. Like I said, like I don't fault him for it at all. A stressful night. How are you gonna be stressed out playing Mario Kart? Yeah, I'm hoping to get a Switch 2 here beginning of September. Is what I'm hoping to be able to get it then. Because you suck at it. How do you suck at Mario Kart? It's Mario Kart. But, you know, like looking at, you know, my life and everything, I'm trying not to push Llama in any direction heavily. You know what I mean? Blue coin. Oh, damn meta. Play online and then ask me shit is cutthroat as hell. As soon as I get a Switch 2, I will experience that myself and let you know. But it's like I'm trying to guide Llama, like I'm giving him advice and letting him know how things work and what the options are, and you know, making sure he like chooses a good one, and kind of letting him know, like, look, you don't gotta do one of these things, you don't gotta do, like, you don't have to do one of these, but you have to pick one of them, right? Like, I'm not gonna make you do one specific thing, but these are your options, you gotta pick one, right? It's like I'm trying to be very open with him and said he has a chance to make that decision for himself and not have it be that he's just trying to do something because it's what I want him to do. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want that to be the situation with him. So whatever the group decides, jeez. But it's a hard tightrope to walk, you know, as a parent, because it's like, you know, going back to, like, you know, my parents thing, they just wanted a better life for me, right? And it's the same for me. Like, I've struggled most of my adult life. You know, I was dirt poor most of my 20s and 30s, right? Like, I've never really been in a situation where I've had like money and nice things and stuff until very, 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 very recently. You know, like in the last 5 years, you know, I've been able to actually start doing stuff, like got into a house instead of an apartment and like bought a truck, and but like that's all stuff that's happened in the last 5 years. And I don't want him being in that situation like I was. I want him to be able to enjoy his life from a younger age and be in a good position to do things and to enjoy himself when he's younger. But my goal for him isn't for him to be like a multi-millionaire and blah, blah, blah. Like, it would be cool if he did that. I'd be very happy for him, but you know, I'm not going to judge his success as a person or my success as a father based on his income. You know what I mean? Like, that's not how I operate. And so for me, it's like, you know, whichever, like you go and get, you know, learn a trade and you're making, you know, 60, 70,000 a year and you're living comfortably on your own and whatnot, then great. Like, if that's the life you want to live it, you know? As long as he's not struggling, I'm good with it. You know, I will say, though, like, one area my parents were very good about, which is very rare for parents of their generation, was they weren't that typical, you turn 18, you're out of the house, boomer parent, you know? Where it's like when you're 18, you're either going to college or going to the military, but either way, you're getting the fuck out of my house. Like, that wasn't them. You know, I moved out shortly before I turned 20. And if we hadn't moved to Florida when I was 18, I probably would have moved out when I was 18. Your brother doesn't have a choice. I mean, sometimes that's not a bad thing. I know a lot of people whose parents were just like, when you're 18, you're leaving the house. And it wasn't like they were a bad kid. It wasn't they were a problem. The parents just were like, you're 18, I did my job, get the fuck out of my house. Like, that was it. It was just, good luck, you're an adult now. And like, my parents weren't that, which was good. And, you know, in hindsight, I should have stayed home. I shouldn't have moved out. I should have just hung out and got my shit together and then left later is what I should have done. But I had a lot of, like, weird family issues growing up. And so I kind of had it in my head from, like, early teenage years, like, you know, late middle school, early high school, that I was moving out as soon as I could. So ADHD and borderline autism speaker is just revoked. So damn, Ren, that sucks. But yeah, like, I just had a lot of weird family issues, and I just wanted to get away from my family. They weren't like physically abusive. There wasn't any of that shit going on or anything like that, but just a lot of weird, like, psychological abuse kind of deal from my adopted mom. He's younger than you. I gotcha. And I just wanted to get away from it, you know? And so, like, I was very much, when I'm 18, I'm out of the house. And I was like, I graduated high school, attempted to go to college, it didn't work out. I came back home, got a job, was working on enrolling in the local community college instead of an actual college, and was trying to get into the police academy up in Connecticut, and was getting ready to move in with a friend of mine. And then my parents were like, oh, hey, we sold the house, we're moving to Florida. And it was like, well, fuck, I can't afford to live up here. Like, my buddy I was supposed to move in with had some shit happen with him, and he couldn't afford to move out. I couldn't afford a place of my own. Because, wait, his grades were too good, and so they denied him stuff. That doesn't make any goddamn sense, especially when autism is involved. Like, really, the autistic kid got good grades? Who would have thought? But yeah, so, like, you know, it was a situation where it's like, I couldn't afford a place on my own where we lived up north. And so I had to move down to Florida with them. And so I ended up staying with them probably a year longer than I normally would have before I finally moved out and got a place on my own. And even then, like, it was not a good move. Like, I was making, like, no money working at a Taco Bell, and then ended up delivery driver for Pizza Hut. Was living in, like, a shithole apartment in the ghetto in St. Pete. Like, it wasn't a good situation at all. Like, the place I moved into, I was there like a month or two, and I wake up one morning and they've slid a notice under my door that just says, due to recent events, we recommend not using the laundry room at night. Like, that was the notice that got sent out, and I was like, what the fuck? Where do I live? So, you know, with all that, I'm definitely not being the, at 18, you have to leave the house kind of parent either. Like, you have to be doing something, right? You have to do something to further your life. Whether you're going to trade school, you're going to college, if you want to join the military, like, whatever it is, do something. And as long as you're doing something, you can stay at home. You can go away to college, go to the military, and come back home for a few years while you, like, get settled in and get shit figured out. Like, no rush, man. Like, you want to live at home until you're like 25, save up money to buy a house and not have to deal with all the bullshit I've had to do, go for it, man. Like, if that's what you want to do that. Like, you're welcome to it. And, you know, obviously, like, if he wants to pull a me and move out young and go about life on his own, then, hey, like, you know, that's really what you want to do. I'll support it, but I'm definitely gonna, you know, try to push him to make a different decision on that. Because, you know, experience. Like, I did that, and I know how it worked out for me, so... Not trying to have him do the same shit and end up all fucked up like I did. But I'm also just a really weird guy, and it's hard for me to like advise a normie like my son on what to do. Because like he's just a person, you know what I mean? Like, he's neurotypical as they come, like great social skills, gets along with everybody and all this other stuff, and I'm just like, yeah, my neurodivergent ass has no fucking clue how you live your life. Like, I have no idea. Let's go, Poke. Coin am I fucking missing with this? Don't you hate that shit, Meta? I've dealt with that before games. You're like, what do you mean I'm missing one thing? Where is it? Well, like, I'm weird in that, like, when I was over in, like, Italy, I'm, like, looking around and I'm like, why the fuck did my ancestors leave? Like, how fucking bad could it have been that they went to the US just to be poor there? Like, you mean to tell me I could have just been out here, like, wandering around an olive orchard, picking olives and turning them into oil? Like, that could have been my life, and instead I'm sitting in a cubicle in Florida. I'm that weird one. Like, you know, everybody else is like, oh, I had to escape from my small town life. Like, I grew up on a farm and I just had to get out of there. And now I'm a banker and I work in an office building in New York City. And I'm like the exact opposite, where I'm like, why the fuck am I sitting in this cubicle? I could be like out in the mountains with like a cattle ranch, just like chasing cattle around. That's just such a better life. Like, why would anybody leave that to come sit in a cubicle? I don't want to say except my brain is broken. Like, what I kind of figured out way too late in life is like, whatever everybody else, whatever their idea of like the right thing to do is, I need to do the opposite. Because that's where I'll find happiness. Outdoors, nice area, fresh air, smelling fats and clothes. Right? Exactly, Matthew. Like, goddamn. Fats, farts. I mean, neither. You're not wrong on either. Fatties smell a lot. They can't wash themselves properly, you know? Oh, I hope not, Meta. But, like, even now, I'm like, goddamn, like, I would, in a heartbeat, get a job as, like, a hotel manager in Greece. You know what I mean? Like, you need somebody English speaking to, like, help with, like, the tourists and shit? I'm in. Let's go. And I was even talking to Llama today, and it's like, if I can, like, get my finances in a better situation, I would seriously consider leaving my corporate job and going and becoming a history teacher or something. Like, not little kids. I couldn't deal with little kids. I'd have to do like high school, you know, or at least middle school. Like, I couldn't do elementary school, but like, I would seriously consider leaving my corporate job to go be a teacher. I would probably try for, if I were to do it, I would probably try to be a high school teacher. And try to work my way up to like getting a spot as a college professor. Like, I actually would probably, as weird as it sounds, I think I would really enjoy it. I don't know why. Like, I actually, like, when I was in high school, I actually gave serious consideration to being a teacher. I just didn't do it because I know they make no fucking money. And I was like, I'm not trying to go to college for 4 years, spend all that money on a degree just to make nothing the rest of my life. I'm not trying to do all that. But I don't know. It's one of those weird things where it's like, I enjoy telling stories about stuff, and like, I enjoy teaching people things that I know. I'm one of those weird people that likes to do that kind of stuff. If you couldn't tell from my streams, I just really like that kind of stuff. So like, being a history teacher kind of seems right up my alley. Seems like the kind of thing I would be good at. Actually, I'll only take that back. I don't know that I would be good at it. I probably wouldn't be good at it, but I would enjoy it. I think that's a better way to say it. Aw, Meta, no. There's got to be a better way. Would have never guessed. You know, mind blown. What's going on, hi guy? How you doing? Oh, Meta, that sucks, dude. I was hoping you wouldn't have to do all that. Dude, Squid, I've always said I would love a job as like just doing like presentations or like as like doing public speaking. I would love that. Doing good, hi, doing good. Just chilling tonight. Nice chill yappy stream tonight. I think that's why I like streaming so much, because I just sit here and yap for a few hours. It just fits me. You put on the sunglasses and tropical shirt now? Why? Do you mean like IRL or in the game? No, don't know any of this. But that's why I would love it if I could in the game and fuck you. That's why. All right, fair enough. That's a good enough reason in my book. But that's really, I would love it if I could get to the point where I could just stream full time and quit my job. Like, you mean to tell me, instead of sitting in a cubicle, I could just sit here playing a video game and yapping about bullshit all day? That sounds way better than a job. Ooh, stinky. Still no shiny though. And don't get me wrong, like, content creation is work. It is a job. Like, I've said from the beginning that, like, I basically have two jobs. You know, my full-time job and this, because, you know, I have a schedule I stick to, just like work, where it's like, all right, time to clock in, time to clock out. Oh, we're putting in overtime today, like, you know, researching trends in games and making thumbnails and trying to, you know, eventually when I have the time, edit videos and making other content. Like, it is a job, it is work, but it's so much better than an actual 9-to-5 office job. Like, fuck that shit, dude. It is cancer. It just eats away at you from the inside. Like, I was talking a book about it yesterday, and it's like, my problem is my job. Like, my insomnia, my depression, like all the problems I've dealt with for like the last year that have really been fucking with me, it's all the job. Because while we were away, I didn't have any issues with sleep. We went out, we did stuff, we had fun, we got back to the cruise at the end of the night, we got back to our room, I'd lay down and just go to sleep. No issues. You know, we've been home a little over a week now. I'm already starting to have sleep issues again. I'm already struggling to get to sleep at night. Not as much as I was, like I'm sleeping still, but like I'm not just laying down and going to sleep anymore. I'm tossing and turning again, and I'm waking up a bunch in the middle of the night. When my alarm goes off in the morning, like I'm super tired and grumpy and I don't want to get out of bed. Yeah, you get it. But like we've been back a week, and like it already feels like we didn't have the vacation. Like all that recovery I did over those 10 days we were gone, I just feel like it's gone now. Like just none of it's there anymore. And it's like, oh, my job is the problem. Ugh. Like, you know, vacations are always like that, right? They're never long enough and everything else. Like, we all know how that goes, you know? You never get away long enough. But this is, like, deeper than that. You know what I mean? Adulthood suckage. Well, I mean, like, there's adulthood suckage and then there's adulthood suckage, right? But it's just like, you know, realizing my mental health problems are primarily due to being unhappy at, like, with my work. That sucks. That's like more than just adult problems. Like I've had, you know, the adult suckage stuff with jobs before, where it's like, well, you know, it's not the job I want, but it's not that bad. And this is the first time since, you know, my final year in the army where it's like, ooh, another stinky. Still no shiny though. But it's the first time since my final year in the army where it's like, oh, my entire problem is my job. Like, that's what's causing these problems. I am so miserable at work that it's actually affecting my brain. You know what I mean? Like, I get it now. And it sucks because, like, I wish I was happy in my job. Like, as far as jobs I've had, in a lot of ways, it's the best one I've had. I've got a great boss that's always pushing for me to like get stuff and, you know, pushing my growth and everything else. I'm just sitting at a desk. I'm not walking 10 miles a night, sweating my balls off, carrying heavy shit. Like, I'm not having to deal with stupid fucking idiots and, you know, customers and all this other shit. Like, it's so much better in a lot of ways. Outer Banks for 8 days, half a years ago, and probably couldn't sleep for Jack. Got in there for 8 days, most restful sleep ever. Then got it back into work at BAM. Yeah, exactly. Dude, hi, that was me. My first day back to work was last Tuesday. I woke up early because I was still on like European time. Woke up super early, got up, had an energy drink, opened up my laptop like almost an hour early. Fucking started going through my emails. I was so excited. Like, I was like, all right, that trip was awesome. I need to get another promotion so I make more money so I can do trips like that again. And I was like so motivated to kick ass and work so that I could like have that be a normal thing in my life. And dude, I didn't make it halfway through the emails before I was like, fuck this job. You're in the same boat, hated every second of it. You remember, suffered a lot because of it. Every time I've been to do things, cry and tell yourself this is easy to suck it up. Having some physical health problems. Yeah, Squid, yeah. I fully get you on that. Thank you for the head pats, Caro. Thank you. But yeah, it's like I want it's not that I want to be happy at work, right? I know I'm not going to be happy at work. I know this. I know who I am, right? Berries and potatoes. Well, that is an odd combination there, Caro. But I just don't want to be miserable about work. And that's where I'm at. Like, the project we're doing is bullshit. It's just stupid shit every day with it. Your issue is literally just high school. Yeah, I feel like a lot of us had that issue in this community, Ren. That's a pretty common thing around here. But high school is bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't want to be miserable at work. And even if I'm miserable at work, I just don't want it to affect outside of work. You know what I mean? And I can deal with dumb shit. But the stuff I'm dealing with at work right now is just so stupid. And I have no control over any of it. I just sit in meetings. I just sit there in meetings and listen to people say the dumbest shit imaginable. And like, that's it. I sit there and listen to stupidity. And I can't do anything about it. I'm not in a position of power in any way. I can't force through any changes. I can't enact anything. And I'm not even allowed to talk about how stupid it is, or I get yelled at. So I just sit in meetings all day, listening to stupidity, and then go home. Since it was so time, I had 24. Oh God, Caro. If you couldn't deal with dumb shit, I mean, you deal with it. No, it's not that, Ren. I can handle dumb shit, but not like to the level I deal with it. And the difference is, like, with you guys, when y'all are being stupid, if I really want to, I can do something about it, right? I can yell at you. I can tell you to stop. I can time you out. I can ban you. There's things I can do. I'm in control of your stupidity here, right? I have the ultimate power here. At work, I have none of the power. Like, at all. I can't do anything about the stupidity. All I can do is sit there and listen to it. I can't even walk away from it. You know what I mean? Like, I can at least end stream if y'all get too stupid and be like, I can't deal with this shit anymore. And just click stop streaming and walk away. I have that. At work, nope. I just sit there all day and listen to people try to out-stupid each other. And I can't handle that. Fuck this, I'm shiny hunting. Ah, meta. The power of moderation in the palm of my hand. I mean, essentially, but it's more power than I have at work, a lot more. You know, at work, when I try to point out the stupidity, like, hey, we're being really fucking stupid right now. We should probably not be doing this. I just get yelled at for being negative. And it's like, I'm not being negative. This isn't negativity. I'm being honest. I'm not giving you a negative opinion. I'm giving you a fact. And regardless of whether the fact is negative or not, it's still a fucking fact. And if you don't like the fact, that's your fucking sign that it's wrong, that we shouldn't be doing it. If hearing the truth of what we're doing is that upsetting, we shouldn't be fucking doing it. Yeah, I can tell, Meta. That sucks, dude. Is there no way to try to figure out where it comes from? Dude, hi. This is how stupid it is, okay? We're doing this project. We have like 6 fucking managers on this project. None of them are fucking managing anything. None of them. There's literally 0 project management going on, and we have 6 project managers. Exactly, Ren. Why? Why are there 6? And none of them are managing. We've got 3 different fucking spreadsheets that are tracking all the little tasks that need to be doing whatnot. Yeah, exactly. Hi. We've got 3 from my company and 3 or 4 from the software company that's working on the project with us. There's 6 or 7 managers on this project. None of them are managing. We have 3 different spreadsheets. that have the tasks and like who's assigned to them, but nobody's actually managing the people doing the work. So literally, it's twice a week we have project management meetings. God damn it. I'm gonna end up phasing on this stupid fuck, I know it. Where we get into a meeting and all the project managers just run through the spreadsheets and are like, okay, who was doing this again? Like, did we start this yet? What do you mean, did we start this? We literally talked about it 2 days ago. And how do you not know that we've started this, if we've started it or not? How? Like, nobody has a fucking clue what's going on. And the problem is, this is like a massive, massive project, right? It's such a big project that there's like a whole subset of projects that fall underneath it. Like, there's one big overarching project for the entire system. And then under that, there's 3 smaller projects that are being run concurrently. And underneath those, they have their own projects underneath those. Right? And so, yeah, having 6 managers on this project would make sense if they were doing it right. It should be a hierarchy. You should have a program manager that's monitoring the entire thing and knows what the fuck is happening. iBook. Right? You should have that. But the problem is our program manager doesn't know what the fuck is going on. Ever. He has no idea what's going on with the project. His entire job is to know what's going on, and he has 0 clue. And then the other project managers should each be managing the sub-projects. They should have a certain section of the project that they are in charge of. That they're sitting there and following up with the people doing the work and going, hey, what's going on with this? What's going on with that? Where are we at with this? These are the deadlines we need to meet, blah, blah, blah. Nobody is doing any of that. Well, no, it's not that rank. They're not giving any communication because no lines of communication have been set up. None of the project managers have been assigned any specific area of the project. At least on our side. On the software company side, they have 2 project managers who are each in charge of a section of, or no, they have 3 project managers that are in charge of their section of the software. But they're not communicating anything to anybody, and they don't know what's going on. We have all those sheets of like, this task needs to be done. This is who's responsible for it, but it doesn't give the name of the person who's in charge of the project. All it says is whether it's my company's responsibility to do it or theirs. That's the only information that's on the sheet. It doesn't say specifically who's doing the work. And then every single task has the same end date. Every single task on the sheet has a due date of the end of the year. So whether it's something we started working on a month ago or something we're going to start working on in December, every single task has a due date of December 12th. Every single fucking task. It is absolutely insane. You have a billion-dollar company working with a multi-million-dollar company on setting up a multi-million-dollar software package, and nobody has a fucking clue what they're doing. And I had to sit through this shit every fucking day. And we keep asking all the same questions. All the workers keep going, hey, what's going on with this? How are we doing this? Where are we at with this? Nobody has a fucking answer. Every time we ask questions, it's, oh, well, we don't do that. Well, we're not in charge of that. Oh, well, that's somebody else's job. Well, I don't really know what's going on with that. Well, we'll get to that later. And then the really fucked up part is at the end of all of this, when the project is late going live, which it will be. It will be late. It will be late to go live, right? Because we started talking with this software company in October. It was like September, October, we started talking to them. And when we had the initial meetings determining whether or not we were going to select this software, we told them we were going to be operating on about a 10-month calendar from project start to go live. And they were very clear that they did not know if they could get it live in 10 months. They were very iffy on it. They were like, maybe we'll try, but we can't guarantee that timeline. Yeah, right, Meta? What are you doing then? If you don't have the answers, who does? Find me the answer. Why do we keep asking the same question? Why? But so after getting told in October, 10 months to get the project up and running was really pushing it. Would be very, very, very difficult to do. We dragged our feet on making a decision on which software to go with, and we ended up not even starting the project until 6 months out from when we told them we needed it done. We needed to have this software up and running by December. We didn't actually start working on it for real until June. We gave ourselves less than 6 months to put this project in and get it up and running. And the software company was already iffy on doing it in 10 months. And now we've only been working on the project for less than 2 months. They're already saying we're likely not going to be in position to go live with the project until like the end of January. As like the earliest we'll be able to go live with this. And so like I said, we're going to be late getting the project off the ground. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The project is not going live on time. We're going to be late. And when we're late on it, and the company has to spend a shit ton of money to keep the old system that we're trying to replace running, the higher ups and the guys who are like looking at the numbers are going to be pretty pissed off about that, aren't they? And when they start looking for why the project's behind schedule, is anybody going to think, hey, this company told us they couldn't do this project in the timeline we gave them. It's our fault for trying. No, they're not going to do that. Are they going to talk to the middle managers who forced the software on us after we told them this software is not going to work? We should not be using it. No, they're not going to blame them, because the middle managers are just going to say, well, the project's late because these guys aren't getting their work done in time. They're being slow. They're slacking off. So then me and the other guys at the bottom of the totem pole who are stuck with this horse shit, not able to affect any decision making, not able to affect any change at all in it, and are literally just along for the ride. All the blame on the project being late and costing the company money is going to come down on us. And yeah, the project being late and costing the company money, probably not going to get us fired. We probably won't lose our jobs over that, but they'll definitely use it as the reasons why we don't get promotions and raises in the spring. That'll definitely be a thing. Well, I mean, I know you said that you did all this good work, but the project was late, and we can't really promote somebody who couldn't get a project done on time, now can we? So it's going to affect everybody's bonuses, raises, promotions, etc. And then when we finally do get the project up and running and everything's live and the software's there, when the inevitable, oh, this shit doesn't work. This is not the right software company. We should not have gone with this software. This doesn't work for our business. Are the higher ups who forced the decision on us gonna take ownership and go, ah, shit, my bad, guys. You're right. We should not have signed this contract. Just rip it all out. We're gonna go with the other company we should have gone with from the beginning. No, they're not gonna do that. They're gonna blame the guys at the bottom. They're gonna blame me and my boss and our IT team for not being able to make the software work, even though it doesn't. And that's when we're all gonna lose our jobs. So that'll be like summer next year, maybe spring 27. I'm sure they'll give us like 6 months after go live to like try to make it work. They'll give us a little bit of time to like try to fix it. But yeah, after they've spent a couple $1 million implementing this software and it doesn't work, they're not going to admit to fucking up. They're just going to replace everybody at the bottom and bring in people who can make it work. And then those people are going to come in thinking that, oh, the implementation team who handled the setup just fucked it up. I know the software. I know it works. And then they're going to come in and realize, oh shit, this doesn't work. So yeah, I fucking wonder why as soon as I get home and I go back to work from vacation, my depression comes roaring right back in and my sleep issues start creeping up again. I fucking wonder why. I wonder why I'm like, maybe it would be better to be a high school teacher or move to Greece and work in a hotel for like catering to tourists. I wonder why living on a farm and fucking with cattle all day in the sun sounds so appealing to me. I wonder why. The thing is, it's not even toxic. I've got my chain of command is wonderful right now. My boss is a great guy who lets me do whatever the fuck I want, doesn't question anything. As long as I get my work done by my deadlines, he doesn't give a fuck what I do, where I do it. I can just tell him, like, I was having my insomnia issues and I talked to him about it and he was like, look, you're right. You trying to drive back and forth to work and traffic on the highway and shit with 2-3 hours sleep is not good. Work from home for the next couple of weeks, get your shit together, you know, do what you got to do to get it fixed. And when you're in a better position, come back to work. If you've got to take, you know, a nap during the day and then just work in the evenings, get your work done, whatever it is, do what you got to do. As long as your work's getting done, I don't care. That's my boss, right? Great guy. His boss, same. Don't have any problems with him. He'll come to me he'll ask me questions about stuff. I'll show him my work and he's like, all right, cool. You did what you had to do. Not your problem. And he'll walk away. Great guy. Even the VP out in Scotland, I've gone drinking with him. I've partied with him. Great fucking guy. Loves me to death. I don't know why. Maybe because I got absolutely shit-faced at a karaoke with him. I don't know. But he fucking loves me. My chain of command is wonderful. But business is business. Corpo's gonna corpo. And when the company is hemorrhaging money and things aren't going the way that it's expected and things aren't meeting deadlines, etc., heads are gonna roll. And as soon as heads start rolling, everybody protects themselves first. And when you're in that situation, it doesn't matter how good somebody's been to you in the past. If their job is on the line, they will throw you under the bus to save themselves. Everybody does it. It's fucking natural behavior. It's always how it goes. And so I know full well, despite everything I just said about my chain of command, when the VP has the CEO breathing down his neck about why we just spent all this money for a system that's not working, he's not going to say, oh, that was my fault. He's going to blame it down the ladder. And then he's going to come down on my director, and my director is going to protect himself. And he's going to blame my boss for it not working. And my boss might not blame me. He might not. He's not that kind of guy typically. You know, he might, if I really did everything I can, he probably isn't going to throw me under the bus to protect himself. He's got a lot going for him. He's got a lot of other options with his experience and his resume. He doesn't need this fucking place. So he'll probably just tell them to go fuck themselves at that point. But the problem is, after spending 3 years working underneath him and working for him, the odds that they fire him and keep me, regardless of whether he throws me under the bus, are pretty low. You know what I mean? Because they're just going to look at it as, I was a part of the team, and so if the fucking thing didn't get set up right and it's not working, I'm part of the problem. That's how it's going to go. So, you know, it is what it is. Corpo BS stuff. We all know how that shit rolls. It is what it is, but at least I've I'm in a pretty good space as far as everything. And I'm pretty sure that if my boss were to leave the company, whether it was forced or voluntary, I'd go with them. Devious, yes, I do have the shiny charm. Not that it matters for me, because I go over odds on like every hunt, but I do have it. You know, but yeah, like if my boss were to end up having to leave the company, whether voluntarily or not, as soon as he found another job, which would take him a day, he would end up offering me a job wherever he's going, working under him. Because like he's one of those people, like he's been a lot of places, he's worked a lot of things, he's been on a lot of projects, he's had a lot of dumb people underneath him. And when you find somebody like me that can just learn whatever it is they need to learn and get the job done, that's a good asset to have on your team. And so like he's already said, like if he ever leaves, he's gonna try to poach me from the company. Whether I'm like, if I'm still there or if I'm not there, he's gonna try to bring me with him. Like he wants me going with him wherever he goes next, whether that's getting promoted in this company or moving to another one. Like his plan is to just drag me along with him. And I'm all right with that. Because like I said, he's a great boss. And as long as he keeps treating me good, I'm down for it. Like I'll follow you wherever you got to go. You just got to yoink you. It wouldn't be hard, Meta. If he were to get fired tomorrow and call me next week and be like, yo, Arthur, I'm going to be starting at this company. I've got a remote position on my team doing this task. You'll be working with me. Do you want the job? I would say yes as soon as he said remote position. That's all it would take, is for him to have a remote position for me, and I wouldn't even have to consider it. I would already be typing my resignation before he even finished the sentence. Exactly, man. And the thing is, like, in the field I'm in and the work we do, a lot of the workers are remote. There's not a lot of people that work that do the work we do, that are in the job, like, positions we are, that are on site. And if they are on site, it's like nowhere near full-time on site. It's definitely a hybrid position. Now, granted, typically these positions have more travel than what we get to do, because the company is stupid and doesn't let us go to the sites and actually work with the people on improving their systems. They think we can do it all remotely, which I think is hysterical, and I've laughed about it for years now. I can't work remote because it's better to be in the office and have that face-to-face interaction. But literally all the people I work with are in different sites than me. So I literally don't do any face-to-face work with any of the people I work with. I literally go in the office to get on Teams meetings. And despite the fact that I have to be in the office through the team meetings, because being face-to-face is better. When I ask if I can go to the site to work on improving the systems that the site is using, I get told, no, travel is expensive. You can just use Teams and do it remotely. Host restaurant had some great managers. I was so laid back. He was yelling at me, the other girl work in the front. He stood up for us all the gym. The girl worked with me, was in high school. She needed to chill out. See, that's a good boss, Squid. That's a good boss. But yeah, like just that the hypocrisy of like, oh, you have to come into the office on your expense because it's better for us if you're here. But even if it'll make your job easier and more, it'll make you more effective at it, you can't travel on our expense because being face-to-face isn't that important. You don't need that. We have the technology that you don't need to travel. It's like, do you not hear yourself? Like, this was literally my argument for why I should still be remote. You know that, right? That like it didn't make sense to pay money to come in here and be in a Teams meeting when I could just do it from home. And now you're saying there's no need for me to spend your money to go someplace when it can be a Teams meeting? I mean, does it make sense now when I say I go into work, I sit at a desk in meetings, listening to people try to out-stupid each other, and then come home? Does it make sense now? Yes, gamer? Did you get another shiny? You know, Mr. They wanted you to switch to 20 and by yourself, didn't care that it could beat you 13 times. What the fuck, Caro? That is goddamn. Dude, after the first time a kid bit me and they didn't do anything about it, I would have left then. I would just be like, all right, deuces. Oh my god, Caro, gamer, how? How are you doing this? God damn, Caro, how are you doing this shit? I would need to kill this lot, right? Since I didn't seem to care. Yeah, I would have been gone, Caro. Trivia, they don't take responsibility for their action. Nobody takes responsibilities for their action. You kidding me? That's just standard human behavior. To be like, not my problem, fuck you. Yeah, no, definitely sounds that way. Hey, Jared's on doing Reshies. I don't know, gamer, but I want it. Because I'm still doing venipedes after 2 months. Hang on, I gotta grab a drink. All right, let's go. Yeah, I don't know what's up with your luck, but it needs to stop yesterday. I can't deal with that shit anymore. It better not be, gamer. She said I only said I hope it would get better, and I didn't have many pets and clients. The job lined up. Parents understood you wanting to quit. Yeah, no, that's a whole fucked up situation, Carol. Like I said, the first time I got bit and they were like, meh, and didn't take any action, that would have been it for me. I'd been like, nope, not working here. I've quit jobs for less. Maybe he can hold his hands in the air, give you something with luck like a spirit bomb. Yeah, do that, gamer. Do that. Everybody in chat, I need you to hold your hands in the sky like you're giving energy to a spirit bomb, only you're giving me your shiny luck. Thank you, Pocolio. Yeah, I mean, wanting your own space is like a natural thing, Caro, 100%. No offense, but I need my luck. Fuck your luck. I need your luck. Remember, we just talked about this. Not my problem. Your luck is your problem, okay? I need it now. Thank you for the shiny luck, Caro. You wrote that before you said the thing. Ah, well, I mean, perfect timing then, Leo. How you doing, buddy? Dude, Jared better get the fucking Reshiram tonight. I swear to God. So in your chat, I wanted to say hi. I was Venipede. I mean, Leo, the fact is I'm still doing Venipede. I don't know if you remember. We started doing Venipede like 2 months ago on a shenanigans night, and I still don't have it. Meta. Got your old job before your national trip, since I was paranoid that they wouldn't let you take time off for it. Yeah, exactly. That's how Venipede's going. I don't know my exact count, but I'm over 4K. I know that much. Appreciate it, Leo. Thank you. See, ooh, stinky. Not shiny. See, that's the thing, Carol. My thing is, I'm putting in the request for time off, but it's not really a request. I'm requesting that you be aware I'm not going to be here and take the appropriate action for my absence. Because whether you say yes or no, I'm still not going to be here. So you can either cover my shift for that week, or you can cover my shift permanently moving forward. Those are your two options there. So if you really want to go through the trouble of hiring somebody new, training them how to do my job and everything else, versus just letting me take a week off, well, you make bad decisions. And I'm sorry for your parents that they raised a dumbass. Dude, I love those videos where, like, you know, HR is like, oh, I know you put this time off request in 3 months ago and it was approved, but we just don't have the coverage and we're revoking the vacation approval. And it's like, no, I'm still going on that trip. Well, no, you don't understand. We're not authorizing your vacation. No, you don't understand. I'm going on the vacation. So you can either cover my spot for the week I requested, or you can have an empty spot for that week and then moving forward, because I'm not going to be here to fill it. You have shiny Arcanine. I don't know if I want to evolve it. Archeops doesn't look as nice. So I have both, Leo. I did the hunt twice. So I have Arcanine and Archeops. No, you don't say it. I'm leaving and you can't say. Yeah. It wasn't a request. I wasn't asking you if I could go. I was letting you know that I was going. You went to Nashville, your cousin's band concert during this tour. They worked in Atlanta. You guys had planned to take a little road trip. Hell yeah, Kara. That sounds like it was a fun trip. Gotcha. Yeah, I hate Masuda. So I did the wild hunt twice. Because in the Crown Tundra, there's a spot where there's a strong spawn, like a static spawn for Arkin. So I just did that hunt twice, like a year apart, but I did it twice. Some of the opener songs playing it. Hell yeah, Caro. I'll tell you, the first person I fired when I became general manager at the gas station, it was so stupid. Caraba. Yeah, see, Leo, I've had 2 hunts go over 2K on Masuda. That's why I don't like Masuda very much. I don't have good luck with it. But I had just been a manager at the gas station, and I had an employee that was like, hey, I'm gonna need some time off. I've got something going on with somebody else. And she's like, I don't know exactly what it is. She's like, it's either gonna be this week or this week. I don't know yet, but I'm gonna need one of those weeks off. And I was like, all right, whichever, it's no big deal. She only worked like 2 days a week. Like, she didn't do a lot. So I wasn't really too worried about which week she would be gone, you know? Say something to your lead teacher after hearing what she said under her breath, but I don't want to risk. I mean, it probably would have been better for you, Caro. I mean, true, Jack. Very true. It's so damn boring. That too, Ren. But, so yeah, like, I was like, whatever, just let me know which week it is, then we'll figure it out, right? So I was making the schedule, and it was like the first of the 2 weeks that she had said she needed, but she hadn't given me the specifics yet. And so I was like, all right, well, she hasn't said anything yet, so maybe she's going the week after. I was like, I'll just put her on the schedule, and if this is the week she needs, I have other people. I'll just take her off the schedule and cover her hours by somebody else. Like, not a big deal. And so, like, I put the schedule up, and I'm thinking, like, that's that. Like, if she needs the days off, she let me know, and I'll take her off the schedule. Like, it's super easy, right? Work in the workplace is very controversial in my house. So one little bit of bullshit you put in your 2 weeks. First job, stealing tips. Yeah, stealing tips, I would have quit on the spot. That wouldn't even have been a 2 weeks. I would have just quit on the spot. Dickon told me he didn't know where the money went when I asked about it. You got a $30 credit card tip for guy. My paycheck was $3. Oh God, Squid. Yeah, I would have just walked out that day. I wouldn't even have given notice. I would have been like, hey, I got this tip. And when he was like, oh, I don't know about it, I'm like, either pay me or I'm leaving. And if he paid me, I still would have left. All right, so I post the schedule, and the chick had a sister that worked in the same store with me. Her sister was amazing. It was like her sister or cousin or something. They were related. But the sister was amazing. She was like my team leader. It's like not quite assistant manager, but she had she had manager responsibilities that she would do. And she was being positioned to get an assistant manager spot when one opened up, or at least assistant manager trainee spot in the near future, right? She was amazing. So the sister took a picture of the schedule and sent it to her. Well, she calls me up, screaming at me and cussing me out because I put her on the schedule when I knew she was going to be out of town and blah, 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 and all that stuff. And I'm like trying to calm her down. And I'm like, look, you need to stop. You need to relax. Okay, I'm your boss. I'm the manager here. You're not going to talk to me like this. If you want to have a conversation about it, we can have a conversation about it. But you're not going to sit here and talk to me like this. And instead of just having the conversation, she just kept screaming at me and cussing me out. So I just hung up on her and took her off the schedule. And then she called back finally, like it was calmed down, and was like, am I able to go on this vacation or not? And I'm like, well, you can do whatever you want to do. I don't really care where you go because you don't work here anymore. You're officially terminated for insubordination. And he was just like, and she started cussing me out again and hung up. But I'm like, dude, all you had to do, literally all you had to do was be like, hey, Arthur, I don't know if you forgot, but I told you I was like gonna have this trip. And I would be like, oh yeah, I didn't know if it was this week or next week. So I just put you on the schedule, but I already figured this might happen if I didn't have the dates right. I'm just gonna have this person cover your hours. You're good to go. Don't worry about it. I'll see you next week. That would have been the entire conversation if she had just been an adult and talked to me. But instead, she wants to cuss me out, so I terminated her for insubordination on the spot and was like, all right, enjoy your vacation now. It was even better, was like I said, like the sister was like a major part of the store. And I didn't want me firing her to like lead to problems with the sister. So I had to take the sister side and be like, look, full transparency, I'm gonna be honest with you. Your sister just called me up doing all this. She was screaming at me. She was cussing at me. This guy here heard it because he can hear her through the phone. He can back me up on it. I had to fire her. I just got promoted. I just got the store. I can't have employees talk to me like that, especially where other employees can hear it. It's just going to undermine, you know, my authority and the respect here. I can't have that. If she had just asked me about it, I would have given her the days off. It wasn't a big deal. I just want you to know, and I hope this doesn't create a problem. She's like, oh no, my sister's an absolute dumbass. Like, she should have been fired a long time ago. I'm surprised they put up with her as long as they did. And she was actually like happy her sister got fired because her sister created so much more work for her and like created so many problems for her at the job that she was just like glad she was gone. She's like, good. She's gone. Now I can just focus on my job. But yeah, that chick was wild. Like one of my first days there, we were like, I was doing something and like I was like walking by like the rack where all like the soda stuff is stored, where it like hooks up to the machine to like feed the syrup into it, you know? And one of the drinks was out and she was standing there and I was like, oh hey, the Dr. Pepper's out. And she was like, yeah, not my problem. And I was like, not your problem? And she's like, well, it's not that it's not my problem, but I don't know how to do it. And I'm like, all right, well, come here and I'll show you how to do it. And she was like, nah, I'm good. I don't need to know that. And just walked away from me. And I was like, the fuck is wrong with this bitch? It's like, I was already like looking for a reason to fire her. Because I was like, nah, I can't work with somebody like this. I need to get her out of here. And then she just gift wrapped it to me. Oh, shit. Hey, Caro, you have a good night. And yeah, Ren. Hey, Squeak Raid. What's going on, Chimera? How you been, buddy? Raiders, welcome in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for the raid. If you do not know me, I am Arthur Malik. I am obviously a VTuber. I stream here on Twitch just about every night. Do a lot of shiny hunting as well as variety games. We just played Resident Evil 7. I just beat that one last night. So yeah, lots of different stuff going on. Hang out pretty much every night. Been hanging out, raiding back and forth with Chimera for, God, what, 2 years now, Chimera? We've been raiding each other, hanging out in each other's chats, lurking. So yeah. Been around for a bit. Thank you for coming in on the raid. Chimera, if you gotta run, I understand. You gotta do all your post-stream stuff. Appreciate you stopping by, buddy. But yeah, no, Ren, she definitely should have been fired long before that. I don't know why the old manager put up with it. The wiggle emotes everywhere. I have a wiggle emote. Actually, I kind of have two. I've got that one as well. It's not really a wiggle, but it matches Chimera's Pikachu one. I love those kinds of emotes. God damn, I've been yapping for 2 hours already. How, like, I honestly don't get how I do it. How do I just sit here and yap for hours? Your favorite emote? The Snorlax butt wiggle? That's a good one. That is a good one. Thank you so much, Chimera. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. God damn it, Jer, catch the Reshiram already. I'm trying to see if you got the shiny. Fucking catch it. Hang on. Shiny Mountain? Wait, which one's Shiny Mountain? Just sit here and scan Kavats for 2 hours. I'm a weirdo. I don't know what to tell you. I guess we all are here. Ah, okay, gotcha, meta. The name of the cats in Warframe. Ah! Cats, huh? I'm like not even paying attention to my own shit. I'm just watching Jer to see if he gets the Reshi. Take a phase at this point. Dude, I just want this hunt to end. I just want this hunt to end. That's all oh my god. I need to move on with my life. There's other hunts to do. I've been doing this for 2 months. I want to do something else. You have to run a specific tile set to find them, and every time you scan one, you have a 1 in 4 chance to get a genetic code, and you need 10 to make 1. Oh, wow. Golden rings, golden rings, golden rings, golden rings. Fuck! God damn it, Jake. Glaceon shiny sucks. I didn't get one. Dude, Glaceon is such a horrible shiny. It's so upsetting. They gave it the Regice treatment. They really did. Glaceon deserved better. Actually, honestly, most of the evolutions deserve better. Like, Flareon deserved better. Glaceon deserved better. Leafeon deserved better. Espeon deserved better. Like, I like Umbreon shiny, but it still deserved better. Just changing the color of the rings, like, come on. It deserved better. Right? At least Jolteon changes colors. It changes to an ugly color, but at least it changes colors. My favorite evolution, though, for shiny is Sylveon. I think Sylveon got the best evolution shiny. Running it on a steel pass, so half chance. And you got a resource boost. Every time you get a code, you get 2. Where was that shit? Scan them twice. So 1 in 4 to get a 2 code. Damn. Look at you putting in work. No, damn it, I didn't see the white. I swear to God, if I phase on a fungus like Jer, I'm gonna scream. And not in a good way. Redo Umbreon, keep the rings blue, but to change the black body to white. See, that would be awesome. Or even just keep the gold and make the body white, but just changing the rings to blue, like, it looks cool. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it does look good. But I feel like it could have been so much better. white because of the moon. I mean, that would make sense. It really would. But when does Pokemon make sense? Like, why is Solgaleo, the sun Pokemon, not a fire type? Like, the fuck? It's literally represents the sun, and it's not a fire type. God has no power here, facts, Yeti. I mean, Fire Steel would have made sense. Should have been either black, white, or like a baby yellow. Yeah, definitely not the fucking weird green they gave it. I like that description of baby yellow, though. Yeah, Espeon being neon green is fucking weird. Like that and Dragonite. Like, I like Dragonite's green shiny, don't get me wrong. But it's such a weird choice after having pink for Dratini and Dragonair, and then Dragonite is green. Like, why? Why didn't you just keep it a pink dragon? Why not do that? If you're gonna make it green, at least make it a good green. They they made it such a weird shade of green. But it's like the Charmander line, even the Froakie line, right? You've got the first two forms are just a slightly different shade of the normal color, and then the final Evo is black. Like, the fuck? Why didn't you just make them all black? Oh no, we were shaming Glaceon, Yeti, we were. Ren, honestly, what's there to like about it? It doesn't change. It looks like Glaceon. Oh no, I'm not saying that doesn't mean, but I'm saying Froakie and Frogadier shinies just being a slightly different shade of blue doesn't make sense. Just like how you've got Charmander and Charmeleon, just a slightly different shade of red, and then bam, black Charizard. Dude, Jolteon as a blue shiny would have been great. That would have made a lot of sense. Or even red. Like blue or red for Jolteon would have gone hard. Yeah, Shinoed by a Weevil's headpiece. Dude, you get faked out so much in Scarlet and Violet where you're like, oh my god, it's not a shiny. Like, way too many fake outs in that game. Vaporeon shiny. Vaporeon shiny isn't bad. I actually like Vaporeon shiny for the most part. It's one of the better ones. But why pink? I mean, it is a little weird to go from blue to pink, admittedly, but at least they didn't make it green. Can you imagine if just like all the evolutions turned green for their shiny? That was just every Eevee, every evolution shiny. Yeah, no, Sylveon is definitely the best out of the EVs. Squid. Oh, Squid, did you see I quoted you in the Discord earlier? Yeah, Dragon was saying that Fang won't agree that he's dumb. And I was like, to quote Squid, you're not dumb, you're selectively smart. Dude, I love Citadel. Out of like all the new Pokemon from Scarlet and Violet, Citadel is definitely one of my favorites. I fucking love that little goofball. You need to see the shiny update graphics. He was your best boy. Dude, Citadel was great. He's so rotund, right? He's just a little guy. He's not even that little, but he's just a little guy. All round and happy looking. Lechonk is another one of those where, like, Yamper, love the base form, hate the evolution. Like, Lechonk was so cute, but Oikalone is garbage. Like, oh, congrats. You took a really cute little pig, and the evolution is just a bigger, uglier pig. You hate it? I love Mega Dragonite. He's so goofy looking, and Dragonite's always been goofy looking. Like, it's not the greatest Mega, but I like it. Have you noticed, like, so many of the Pokemon I like are just goofy ones? I love goofy shit. Like, the goofier, the better for me. You hate base Dragonite? Really? I don't think I've ever heard somebody say they hate Dragonite before. I believe you're the first person to utter those words in my presence. It's the change from Dragonair to Dragonite. It is a weird change. I will admit that. Like, you've got Dratini and then Dragonair. It's just a bigger version of Dratini and then Dragonite. You know what, Yeti? You have a point. Stream crash run, it wouldn't let me reload. Oh god, Squid, that's not good. With love. Yeti having to throw in the qualifier there at the end. Yeah, that's a fair point, Yeti. You all need my glasses. I don't know that I want to look at the world in such a fucked up way, Ren. Bergmite, yeah, Bergmite's a pretty crappy shiny. Like, it's definitely not the worst, but it's definitely disappointing. I would take Bergmite over Charcadet, though. Like, if you said, like, you have to hunt one of these shinies, my choices were, like, Bergmite, Charcadet, and it's another, like, Dynamo, I would take Bergmite. I mean, Amoris is good. I wouldn't say it's the best, though. I don't know that I'd go that far. Secret body double. Now one of his body became a paladin of the Holy Order, and his other became the Demon King. Like, the hero and the Demon King are the same person. That's pretty fun. Listen here, Yeti. Threats like that aren't threats when it's me. All right. Ooh, stinky. No shine. You know what's like? There was one anime. It was super dumb, but I loved it. Was the one where like the hero like just got like kind of bored and annoyed with humans, so he started working for the Demon King. Aw, Squiddy. Yes, Ren. 1000% yes. Time for a wedding. Who's attending the Arthur and Yeti wedding? Yes, I'm quitting heroing. It was so dumb, but it was so good. Just the hero's like, all right, fuck all y'all. You want to be like that? And he just went and worked for the Demon Lord. What was the other one where like they like I got fired from the Demon King's army? Where the guy was like, he was a human who was raised by one of the Demon Lord's generals, and then like the Demon Lord retired and his son took over and fired him, and so he left and just ended up at this random human village and like fell in love and shit. Understandable meta. Yeah, Jack. He got so powerful that like all the humans became afraid of him. And he got like ostracized from society. Aw, Squiddy. Fucking Twitch. You have this girl just for homeroom and then I go home, that's it. What the fuck? That's dumb, Ren. Perks to be an early release for the whole year. Oh, well, if it's the whole year, then, you know, you take it. Having someone more powerful than a Demon King in your kingdom makes sense to me. I mean, it makes sense to me, too. But everybody's like, oh, my God, he's so scary. What if he turns on us? And he's like, you know what? What if I turn on you? Hey, Book with the resub. Thank you, Book. Much appreciate. I'm surprised you even stopped by. I figured you'd be busy with your real friends tonight, Book. She's not wondering how to do a refund. I mean, technically, we didn't lose money. She has her money, I have my money. If she wants to spend her money on me, she's welcome to. See how that works? So she lost money, I gained money. But there's no we. Exactly, Ren. She's investing in her hubby, and it's very sweet of her. Squid. All right, fine, bitch. That better? I mean, pretty much, Ren. Oh, all right, Jack. Hey, let's go, Meta. Have you gotten anything you actually wanted, though? I mean, I can be the opposite. Like, I can just be mean if you'd prefer it. You should do a podcast on marriage counseling. I told you before, Yeti, it wouldn't be how to save your marriage. It would be like how to end it would be the counseling. We definitely have a, not typical relationship with each other. We are very, like, people that don't know us, that come around us are like, is everything okay? Like, are you guys all right? And we're like, yeah, we're fine. Why? And they're like, you guys are like really mean to each other. Like, what's going on? Like, oh no, this is just how we are. Like, we confuse the fuck out of everybody the first time they're around us. I could just say I love you, call you a cut in the same breath. I mean, that's basically how we are. Like, because it's one of those things where it's like, obviously there's lines and stuff like that, but like, words are just words. Like, regardless of what we say, we know we love each other, and it's like, whatever, like, say whatever you want. I don't give a fuck. I know you still love me at the end of the day. Telling her that between you and Book, she's like, isn't that a toxic house? It definitely sounds toxic as hell, Squid. But we're just like super open and blunt about everything. Like, we're both the same way. So rather than just like, no, like, everything's fine, don't worry about it. No, it's okay, I'm fine. Like, instead of being one of those couples, it's just like, listen here, bitch. Is someone dare to say anything in the book you'd want to suplex them? Exactly, Ren. Like, I can say what I want, but that's me. You say some off-the-wall shit, you're getting chokeslammed. That's just how that's just how we operate. That's just how it is. Or whatever you can do without getting in illegal trouble. Both of you to assume I'm not willing to get in illegal trouble to protect my wife. Yeehaw, fuck the law. You know what I'm saying? Right, Yeti, I'm glad you got the reference. How is that even possible, Meta? You can't even tell if it's shiny or not when you're looking right at it. Love you too, Book. Oh, I'm so tired tonight, and I don't know why. I'm a very sleepy boy. I mean, even with the mountain being bright, I've never walked past a glacier. I've been like, oh, that one's not shiny. I might be like, is that? Nah. But I've never, like, gotten excited. I mean, she's done it before, Squid. Ah, nice, Book. I'm probably going to be coming to bed soon. I'm, like, extra sleepy tonight. See, Yeti caught it. I have my own, Ren. Very not good enough. I don't think it was before you were around, Meta. This was back when, like, she first started doing stuff like playing games on stream with me. Like, one of the first times she was on stream. Yeah, that's true, Yeti. When you already know it, it's easier to catch it. In the moment, it just kind of slipped out and nobody really noticed it. And the people that did notice it just ignored it. Because I did have a couple of people later on that I had talked to, and they're like, oh yeah, no, I noticed when Book said that. I just didn't say anything. Yeah, I almost did that to her recently. Which I'm surprised I made it as long as I did without doing that. I also slipped up one night in government name myself and nobody caught it, which was pretty funny. Hey, Ellie, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the tavern. It was funny, when I almost dropped books, Squid was the only one that caught. I think Squid and somebody else caught it. We're like, did you just almost? And I'm like, yeah, I almost. I always love on shenanigans nights when Shy is like, Jacob! And he's like, did you just use my full government name? Jack, don't tell people to leave. That's not the right thing to do. We need more friends. We want more friends. We can't scare them off like that. That's not a far-reaching name. What? I'm confuzzled. Oh yeah, Jake to Jacob. But it's just always so funny because you're like, Jacob, he's like, did you just government name me? I love that shit. Slipped on called you Squid, and I just went around like she just shot someone. Dude, it's so me and Book, like, between me streaming and her on like calls with like other people that she knows through like, you know, streaming situations, we call each other Book and Arthur a lot at home anyway, because we never know when the other one's like on a call or something. So we never just walk into the room and government name. It's like, hey babe, or hey Book, hey Arthur. It's always like that. And so we were like, even like we were on vacation and we were talking about it, like we kept almost referring to each other as Book and Arthur on vacation because we're just so used to doing it like that. And then like the whole vacation, I was trying so hard to like actually call her name and not Book. And so I was so used to calling her name for the first time in like a couple of years that I come back from a vacation and almost drop her government name. And it took 10 days for me to get used to not calling her Book again. Because you already have the meta, that's how the world works. Why would you get something you need? Like, why would that ever happen? That's what happens a lot of times, right? Especially with shiny hunting streams. Most people are only like half tuned in. Like they come in and out and like chat here and there as they hear little things that they're like, oh, I have something to add to that. But most people that are watching a shiny hunting stream are doing other stuff at the same time and just listening for that pop-off moment when the shiny appears. Right? So they're either playing a game, they're watching something, they're doodling. Like people are typically doing something else while shiny hunting. Yeah, exactly, man. That's what everybody does with shiny hunting streams. It's background noise while they're doing other stuff. That's pretty much like the standard for shiny hunting streams. So like when little things happen, like little slip-ups, a lot of times they just go unnoticed because people aren't paying 100% attention to the stream. They're like paying 20% at best. Dude, can we just talk about how weird Archeops is, like, just in general? Like, it's got a fat, feathery body. It's almost chickeny, but then it's got, like, claws and, like, a snake head. Like, it's such a weird design. I love it, but it's so weird. You're paying attention, just most times you don't care. I mean, that works, too. Distract. The Kavana I'm going for is a perfect cosmetic breed, and it's 1 in 900. Don't have 2 parts. Oh god, how many parts did you say you need, Ren? Right, Squid? It's such a funky design. Right, Yeti? It is an odd little chicken. It's like a chicken snake. Like, look at the head and tell me the head doesn't look snake-like. It's not a beak. Like, look at that. It's literally a snake head. It's even got little fangs. 4 after the guy's done in the incubator. Already got 10 genetic code. Oh, wow. Hey, let's go, Meta. Congrats. Squid. And it takes 24 hours to incubate. Oh god, Ren. That's a gross hunt. I'm feeling a lot better about venipede now. Thank you. You need another for the line. That you do. But now that you broke the ice, the next one should be pretty easy, no? Bye, book. And this little bug is so annoying. It's not hard to grind, just really long. I mean, that's how grindy stuff normally is. It's not that it's hard, it just takes forever. Cicadas. Depending on the situation, I tend to find the sound of cicadas to be pretty relaxing, but like, depends on how close they are to me while they're doing their thing. All right, I yapped myself into being tired, guys. I don't know how else to say it. I yapped myself into being tired. Only thing you need are the eye color and the tail shape, 1 in 15 and 1 in 5. That isn't too bad then. Hopefully you get it pretty soon. I made progress. You want to do Shining Living next to Gen 9? It's not that hard to do, Meta. I did it in 4.5 months. It took me. What's the annoying realization? Gamer, did you get another fucking shiny? Yeah, they're 9 Masuda hunts. Yeah, for the starters you do. What did I say? Oh, I was saying I hope the odds aren't that bad. So like hopefully it doesn't take you so long. That was what I said. Gamer, what the hell is going on with you? How are you getting a shiny like every 30 minutes? This shit is not fair. Hacks. That's what I said earlier. And then who was, I think Squiddy said that gamer's the new happy smile. It's you're farming with the double resource booster, prep for the long run. No, it makes the sense. No, I know you're not, gamer. It's just fun to talk shit. If you didn't notice, we like to talk shit here. It's kind of our hobby. Like our only hobby. Nice, Meta. Hell yeah, keep it up. Yeah, I mean, you've got a point. I can't really argue that one. We have shit all the time. Exactly, Squid. Yeah, Meta, you go on like run, so you'll be like nothing, 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 all of them. That's kind of how you do it. Are you really calling Skunk Tank such a good shiny? Like, it's decent. I wouldn't say it's horrible, but I wouldn't say it's such a good shiny. Ah, stupid Pikachu. Think your Charny Charm is smoking something? Mine is on fentanyl because it's just dead right now. Occasionally locks in hard. Meta, your shiny charm has that hyper fixation shit going on. Or it's just like in a daze, doesn't really know what it's doing, and then it has those like that 1 hour that it's just like, oh yeah, I'm a shiny charm. And it just locks the fuck in, and then it's like, oh wait, what was I doing? Oh god, Yeti. I don't know anybody that's actually taken one of those. And I'm glad I don't. Dear God, gamer, what the actual fuck? I can't even get a goddamn venipede. You take genetic templates and then for genetic incubation through some randomness, you need 2 gene codes for new genetic incubation. You didn't know this, but those gene codes get used up. That's gonna take much longer. Oh God, Ren. Yeah, that sounds like more of a pain in the ass than what you originally said. Just a little bit. Squiddies, have a good night. Thank you for hanging out with us. I'm gonna be getting off soon anyways. I'm feeling sleepy and I'm kind of not feeling the greatest all of a sudden. I don't know what's going on. The thing is, gamer, now that you said that, now you're going to go on the opposite run where you're not going to get a shiny for 6 weeks. That's how that works. You make sure the breed is always the same. That's not the issue. It's the incubation does the correct combos. Ah, so there's a little bit of RNG involved. It's like doing the item machine in the Blueberry Academy. Like you can put in all the items, but it doesn't mean you're gonna get what you want out of it. Agreed, Meta. Agreed. I'm with you. Dude, I messed with that machine for like an hour when I first found it and then never touched it again. I was like, yeah, I don't care enough to do all this. I'm good. Every single part too, by the way, same on both, and it'll always give it to you. Ah. Well, then it's not a complete list, Meta. So you couldn't do that. That wouldn't be right. Can't just get everything but one. You set a goal, now finish it. Full machine needs to give it to you. I mean, agreed on that. That's how you get it. The machine has to give it to you. You're just stating facts now. And like well-known facts. You're not even giving us like interesting shit. %1 bullshit. RNG is always bullshit, all right? It's what RNG stands for. Bullshit. Goal is to at least get the correct head shape and eye color or tail shape, whichever I get. I mean, yeah, you know, you get one piece, you get one thing you want, and then you can build off of that. None of us do, gamer. None of us do. That's normal. It's what? No. It just means you're about to go on a run of bad luck, so generational, it'll make mine look like nothing. And really, it's not 1 in 10, it's 1 in 40. Because you're catching everything every time, right? So you're getting 4 checks every time. So right now you're seeing like 1 in 40 odds. Do 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 do. Fucking camera angles. Not many left to go on the mountain then, Meta. Not many left. Shinies in this one will be Azo. You know what? The way your luck has been lately, it probably will. But, alright, guys. I am getting sleepy. I want to go clean up and go to bed. But what we're going to do is Jair is about to fight Reshiram. So we're going to raid Jair so that you can all see him finally get his shiny Reshiram. Sound good, guys? Nah, I gotta go bed. I gotta get some sleep. I'm tired. And I'm kind of not feeling again. I'm not feeling it. I'm kind of not feeling the best. I'm kind of feeling a little shitty all of a sudden. But yeah, I'm gonna get going, guys. I'm gonna get some rest. I'll be back on tomorrow. God damn it, gamer. What the fuck? Go watch Jair get the shiny Reshiram. He's about to beat it. I'm sure this time it'll shine for him, right, guys? Right? This be it? Number 251, I think he's on. So yeah, go wish Jair some luck. Hang around for his Reshiram check. I will see y'all tomorrow night. Have a great rest of your night, everybody. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And I'll catch you back here for the next happy hour.